What's up, Bears fans? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about that Black Friday game, because what we just witnessed was not just a win, it was an absolute statement. The Chicago Bears marched into Philadelphia on a short week and physically dismantled the Eagles, winning 24-15. This wasn't a lucky break. This was a 9-point beatdown on the road where the Bears proved they are the real deal, a legitimate contender in the NFC. They imposed their will from the opening snap, controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. This win, which brings the Bears to a 9-3 record, was a masterclass in old-school smash-mouth football. It has the kind of performance that tells the rest of the league that Chicago is built for the postseason. The entire story of this game can be told through the ground game. The Bears' offensive strategy was simple. We are going to run the ball, and you are not going to stop us. And boy, did they deliver. The offense ran the ball 47 times for a staggering 281 yards. That's a full 6 yards per carry. It was pure dominance. The offensive line absolutely imposed their will on that Eagles front. Oji Torapido, Joe Thuney, Drew Dolman, Jonah Jackson, and Darnell Wright all earned game balls. And for good reason. They were opening up massive lanes all afternoon. The most impressive part? Philly knew it was coming. When an opponent knows your game plan and is still powerless to stop it, that's the ultimate sign of superiority. That's coaching. That's scheme. And that's just pure physical power. Of course, the running backs feasted behind that line. Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift were a relentless two-headed monster. Returning to his old stomping grounds, Swift admitted this one meant a little something extra, and it showed he was running with purpose. Together, he and Monangai combined for 40 carries and 255 yards. Monangai had 22 carries for 130 yards and a touchdown, while Swift added 18 carries for 125 yards and his own touchdown. They were a perfect tandem, wearing down that Eagles defense play after play. You could see Philly just getting tired of tackling these guys. It was a clinic in how to control a football game, chew up the clock, and demoralize an opponent on their home turf. Now, let's talk about the quarterback, Caleb Williams. It was an up and down day for the rookie, but when it mattered most, he showed the grit and resilience you want to see in your franchise, guy. The final stat line wasn't flashy. 17 of 36 for 154 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. The pick was on a tipped screen pass during a stretch in the third quarter where the offense got a little too fast. And yes, his footwork is still a work in progress. It leads to some missed throws that he'll need to clean up. But here's the thing about Williams. He has that next play mentality. He is not fazed by a bad throw, and that mental fortitude is what makes him special. We saw it on full display in the biggest moments. That touchdown pass to Cole Kmet was a thing of beauty. He was rolling left, had an easy check down to Swift in the flat for a guaranteed 5 or 6 yards. But instead of taking the safe play, Williams showed his confidence. He swung his hips around and lofted a perfect ball over a defender right into Kmet's hands for the score. That's a big-time throw. Then, there was the crucial 4th down conversion. He hit Colston Loveland to extend a drive that led to a field goal, making it a 17-9 game and grabbing the momentum right back. While the ground game was the engine of this victory, Caleb Williams made the clutch plays necessary to put the game away. Flipping over to the other side of the ball, defensive coordinator Dennis Allen deserves a ton of credit. He coached a masterpiece. The defense came into this game severely short-handed, especially at linebacker. With guys like TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds out, Allen had to get creative, using a lot of dime looks and mixing and matching personnel all game long. And despite all that adversity, the defense was aggressive, cohesive, and absolutely suffocating. The game plan was clear: blitz Jalen Hurts and make him uncomfortable. And it worked. The constant pressure disrupted the Eagles' timing and forced inaccurate throws. Hurts was held to just over a 50% completion rate, far below his season average. They also completely neutralized the Eagles' vaunted rushing attack. In a game where the Bears ran all over Philly, our defense returned the favor, holding the entire Eagles team to just 87 rushing yards. Saquon Barkley was a non-factor, managing only 56 yards on 13 carries. The Bears' defense made sure Philadelphia could never establish their brand of physical football. And then there were the game-changing plays from key individuals. Veteran safety Kevin Byard came up huge. He had a fantastic interception on a scramble drill, reading the play perfectly. But he was also making crucial one-on-one tackles in the open field all game, proving his value time and time again. But the play of the game, without a doubt, came from Nan Wright. Right after the Williams interception, the Eagles had the ball on ready to run their infamous tush push play. Not only did the Bears front stop the play for no gain, but Nan Wright straight up ripped the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands, forcing a fumble that Chicago recovered. It was an incredible display of strength and awareness that completely swung the momentum back in the Bears' favor. Yes, Wright got beat for a touchdown by A.J. Brown later on, but that single turnover was a game-defining highlight that demoralized the Eagles. It was a total team effort on defense, and it was incredible to watch. Finally, we have to give a shout-out to the special teams. They played another clean, mistake-free game, which has become the standard for this unit. What was once a major liability for this team is now a consistent source of strength. Cairo Santos was perfect, hitting his field goal and all his extra points. And the kickoff coverage has become a legitimate weapon. Santos's knuckleball kicks are making it incredibly difficult for returners to get a clean handle, effectively neutralizing the kickoff return game for opponents. It asks that attention to detail in all three phases of the game that separates good teams from great ones. So, what's the final verdict? The Bears are for real. They are a really good football team. This 24-15 victory on the road was no fluke. You don't go into a tough environment and win by 9, pulling away at the end, if you're not the better team. That was an ass-kicking. Plain and simple. The Bears' formula for success: a powerful, physical running game paired with a stout, aggressive defense is a formula that travels, especially in the postseason. With this win, the Bears have moved into the number 2 seed in the NFC. Now, all eyes turn to a massive showdown against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. This victory was the proof we've all been waiting for. The Bears aren't just playoff hopefuls. They are built to make a deep run in January. Thanks for watching. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bear down!